Oh my God, there's a lot of things I got to say in this podcast today, and hopefully I don't get canceled or people don't hate me on this. It's just how I feel. Can a brother feel his feels and tell the stories that needs to be said? And I've said what I said, and I said what I said, and I said what I said, and I meant what I said. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but hey, here it goes. I don't care what really people say, so why you even saying anything? That is really problematic. Don't even say that. It's, it's whatever you don't want to say. Okay. Whatever. Just call it problematic. And move on with your life. Welcome back, guys, to another brand new episode of the Problematic Pod. This podcast is problematic. The title is actually one of the best things I've ever created. And I was actually looking at the internet to see exactly if anyone has like got that title. But the thing is, though, everyone, especially on Apple Pod, there's like a few problematic pods, and on YouTube, there's like two um, and mine. So there's three, but whatever. Hey guys, hey guys, how's everyone doing today? It is Monday. I actually was gonna record this on last Thursday. I promised you guys I was gonna, have like a separate episode of like the last topic I was talking about on the podcast, but shit happens. The time wasn't right, and to be honest, I took a walk. I took a walk last Thursday, Friday. I know last Friday actually, celebrating the anniversary of like what happened, and I was at peace. I was fine, and I took my little recorder and my little like microphone to record, but all you heard is like fucking bird calls, wind, and me heavy breathing. Um, as a fat ass, that's all you're gonna get from me. No, but I really wanted to record a podcast. I've been really wanting to talk about things that's been happening for the last month. July, oh my God, July has been a fucking roller coaster. Mercury was in retrograde, that's why. So I think everybody felt it. I don't really like believe in signs like that, but when it comes to the retrograde, the Gatorade, you feel it, and I was feeling it. But the thing is, though, like, I do want to say that like I've been feeling good recently, and a little too good, which I'm like, okay, I'm like waiting to like any bad news or whatever. Mentally I've been fine, physically I've been fine. I dropped down a few other pounds and I can fit now in my, I'm not gonna say what size pants, but I can fit some of the old pants I used to wear. So I'm actually excited about that. And I have Lollapalooza this week. So yeah, I'm really excited. I was excited with everything, you know. I don't know. It's just July has been kicking my ass, but I've been, I don't know. I've been good. It's just like in between. Like, it's you're good and you're bad. Has anyone ever felt like that before? When it comes to like, feeling like in the middle. You're in limbo or whatever. You're in the good, but you're in the bad. But you're in the middle. Whatever. I'm not making any sense. I want to talk about a few things today, guys. I want to talk about as you can read the title. um, this is something I didn't want to talk about, but I feel like I have to. And so it's not me necessarily like losing somebody. It's me really like finding myself and wanting to be with myself. I do want to say, and for any of you guys listening, um it's not that I damn, I don't know how I say this without sounding like a fucking prick. I was talking to multiple guys, okay? I was talking to multiple guys and you know, I know it was shitty of me to do that, but the thing is though, I I realized at the end that shit, I want to be with myself. I want to be by myself. Even texting, like I only met up with one of those guys. But with even the texting going back and forth, and uh, I'm just like, damn, this is too much work, and this is not for me. I honestly like felt like I was going to. I don't know. I just feel like it was so much work, and I met up with one of the guys. And let me just say this, all of the guys that I was talking to, they're nice, they're sweet. I'm not gonna say their names, but let's say the first one is Larry. So with Larry, I met on TikTok. Um, I met him like a few months ago actually, and he's a nice guy. We were chatting, sending messages back and forth, this and that. The one thing I do want to say is that he was really into texting and really like expressing his feelings and how oh, hope you have a great day, or I hope this and that, and he was like, which I appreciated. Trust me, I do. But sometimes it's just like, all right, bro, I'm good. I'm really good. Everything's fine. But I met up with him, I think like a week, 2 weeks ago, and it was a fun night. I will say that I was a little drunk. I was a little tipsy, and but I met up with him. I met up with Larry, and he picked me up. um, we were cruising around. He took me to this bar, which was real cool. I haven't been out in a while, so I was kind of like out of my element. But I was drunk. We were, drinking, and you know, the night, I mean, the ride back home, it was fine, and like he's a good guy. He really is a good guy. But the thing is, though, like I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's not for me. It's like definitely for someone, but not me. And and it was like, you know, we talked about like kind of a lot of things. But I just, it just sucks that I kind of feel like I wasted this man's time because I didn't really feel anything, and nor wanted to. I said this many times in podcasts, like, I'm not looking for love. I don't really believe in love and like that anymore, to be honest. Like, I don't. The last time I got excited about someone was back in 2020, and you know, this one guy I was talking to, I will say his name because I don't think he's here anymore. Andre, like I was talking to him in 2020. He was this dude that, I met, of course, online. And this is how excited I was when I was talking to this guy. I used to wake up really early in the morning. Well, I used to wake up, regardless, whatever. But I used to like send them messages, like quotes, like, like today, this day, and blah blah blah. Seize the day, oh, the weather is this. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? And he was like, hey, good morning. Oh, thank you. So I was like doing the most when this motherfucker really had nothing to do with me. Like he didn't even like we talked about, and I never met up with him too. That's the fucked up part. I never met up with him though. But I really did like him. I started to like him a lot, and I was getting a little excited because like I used to, I was doing my own thing in 2020, and I was really excited just trying to talk to him and everything. But he was just like, nah, no, no. He didn't say it like that, but he did kind of ghost me around July of 2020, which is like, wow, But he was going through his own shit too, and we expressed how much we liked each other, which is so stupid. But he was just like, man, I wish I had time. And then his motherfucker was on Grinder. I went to one of my friend's house. I went to my friend's house, and my friend at the time, we used to go walk around during the summer back in COVID time. And then, we were just like, oh, let's just go on Grinder and see what's up, And he was on fucking Grinder. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then I got text him the next day, like, oh, how you doing? "Oh, nothing." But yeah, whatever. The motherfucker's talking about like he doesn't want to hang out or anything like that, but he's on fucking Grinder. Typical fucking gay. Like, But yeah, that was like the last time I got excited for someone. Fucking Andre. I think he lives in LA now. Whatever. But back to Larry. But yeah, I had when I was hanging out with him, I'm just like, okay, I have okay, the entire time, it's not that I was drunk, but I was just like, liquid courage, like I was in it. So, yeah, it was, but like I said, he's such a nice guy. He really is. He, was really down to earth, he has a good head on his shoulder. And I, it's not that I don't want him, but I do want to say is that, like I said, like he's nice, but I wasn't feeling anything. And I don't want to say any attraction, either. Like, okay, I know that sounds so bad when you say, like, okay, I feel like when you are dating someone or you're interested in someone, there has to be some physical attraction. And I'm not saying that he's ugly or anything like that. It was just not doing it for me because I don't think that was my type. My type are like the little nerdy fucking guys with glasses that be fucking playing Pokemon Go. That's my fucking type, a fucking nerd. Um, but yeah, it was just like it wasn't. It's not that it wasn't doing it for me, but I was just like not really. Damn, everything that I'm gonna say is gonna sound like so kind of rude and kind of fucked up. But here it goes. No, I wasn't attracted. I wasn't attracted to the guy. I really wasn't. He was a nice guy. He was everything. Like in paper, he's perfect. But there was nothing there for me to even. I just even to for send another text or explain to him anything. Like I have not texted him like since last week or 2 weeks ago, and nor I don't want to. Like we can be friends, but the thing is though, like it's not there. And if it's not there, I'm sorry. If I don't feel it in the first time we meet, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna like look again or go on. Just to, no, I'm not gonna do that. But Larry, you were a good guy, and like I said, like whoever ends up with you, he will be like so lucky to have a guy like you. But the guy is not me, and you know, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, so after that, so I met another guy. Okay, am I the only one who's on that Facebook dating thing? It's like there, so I'm like, might as well just do it. You're just bored and just browsing around. So I think I met him on there. Um, let's call him Jake. So Jake, like I never met the guy either. Never met the guy. But we talked on the phone, and we talked like for like an hour here, an hour there. Like we were on the phone talking, and we got along so good. And we were matching each other's energy. We were like talking shit to each other, and just going back and forth. And that was good. I had fun, but again, the attraction wasn't there. Like, okay, I didn't meet him in person, but even looking at his pictures, l- okay, I just want to say clarify. None of these guys I'm talking about, I'm not saying they're ugly or anything like that. It was just not my type. And I had to have some kind of attraction. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that I'm all that either. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm like this fine piece of ass or whatever. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that if I'm gonna be with somebody, there's gotta be some kind of attraction. And half of you guys need to understand that. Like, half of you guys, might agree with me or might whatever, but I'm not settling down for anyone. I'm not like I'm looking to to date, to be together or whatever. If it happens, it happens. But the attraction I had with these guys, with this guy, with Jake, it wasn't there. He was a good guy, funny guy, makes me laugh and all that. It wasn't there. It really wasn't there. And you know, I kind of fucked up by actually we set a date. We were supposed to go out, you know, that Thursday, but I canceled on him and I went out with Larry. Um, yeah, but shit happens. I guess who hasn't done anything like that, or is it just me? Okay, well, Jake, you were a good guy. You were a great guy, but I'm sorry the attraction wasn't there. I should have told you sooner. I should have talked to you. I should have, but I feel like you knew exactly. We didn't text much or anything, and yeah. So that was Jake. Okay, let's talk about number three now. Number three, I'm not gonna say he was a dud. I'm not gonna say that at all. He's like the first guy actually that I started talking to. In the last month, I want to say. Let's just say month. In the last month. Let's let me see if I were to describe someone, he was very like I don't know, like I don't want to say dry. I don't want to say anything like that. He wasn't dry. He like it was a nice conversation. He has a nice little accent, little you can tell he's very Latino. Uh, you know, and he was very um let's call him Freddie, okay? So Freddie and I met once again on the Facebook dating. I should just title this episode "Horrors of the Facebook Dating," whatever. But he we met on there. We started talking, and then even like before anything, like me being busy, like I didn't text back on the site, and he's like, well, like I think he got mad. He got mad talking about, oh, like oh, are you gonna be talking to me, or is it gonna be one of those like, like you take forever to text back, or oh, I don't be waiting for nobody. I'm like, wait, hold on, slow down, slick. Like, this has nothing to do with anything. I just I've been busy, like shit. Like sometimes I forget. Sometimes I don't even be texting anyone ever. Like the only people I'll be texting or fucking Snapchatting is like the fucking people that I work with because I need to know what the fuck is going on. But anyways, yeah, he was like that. We were talking. It was fine. It was cool. We never set a date to hang out. He wasn't bad looking, but Freddie, it wasn't it either. It was just like we talked. It was fine, and that's about it. Um, and the only thing, well, the thing that all these three guys have in common, you know, the three guys that I was talking to, who was it? Larry, Jake, and Freddie. They had one thing in common, and the thing is, though, like, damn, I wasn't interested, and it's not even, because, like I said, it's not because like they're not attractive. It's that they're not attracted to me, or like, hold on, let me say it like this. I was just like not feeling them like that, okay, but whatever. And the moral of the story is that at the end, I chose myself. Because to be honest, dudes, okay, let me just say this. I've been doing my own thing. This whole year has been fucked, has been ups and downs and problems here with friends, with family, this and that and blah blah. It's just been too much that I've really isolated myself from like really the whole world. All I do is just go to work, come home, lock myself in my room, and then on the weekends or if I don't work the next day, I'll be in the garage just chilling. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. And me talking to people, me like trying to hang out with anyone or even try to set a date or even date someone, I feel like that's taking like away a part of me where I'm like, no, I don't think I should be doing this. Because to be honest, when I hung out with Larry, I the next morning, it's not that I felt sick, but I just felt like, who the fuck am I? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I it wasn't anything to be kind of mean or anything, but I was just like, oh, this is not me. Like, why am I talking to people? Like, no, like, I prefer my quiet, my peace. I've I haven't experienced peace like that since COVID, actually. Like, when I was doing my own thing, not talking to anyone, and I was just, like, just there, doing my thing. And, I pretty much felt like that, like, me being in my garage is just, like, doing my thing, but, texting people that I have no business texting and promising things that I'm not gonna, like, follow through with. That's kinda shitty. I will agree that's kinda shitty. That's kinda something that I did, and I, I was telling people, my story and everything like that, and, like, it seems like I was just, like, bored, to be honest, and I was bored, and I think that's why I started talking to people, and I never get bored. Honestly, when I'm by myself, it's just me doing, like, watching my TV, watching, hearing my music, fucking doing karaoke and shit. That's me. But I felt this loneliness that I haven't felt before, and I kind of wanted some interaction, but the interaction wasn't with anyone that I wanted to talk to. I mean, I want to be seen. I want to be seen with someone cool, someone who counts, you know? And not that they didn't, but it's just someone that I want to be seen with. You know what I mean? It's kind of, yeah, that's what it is. I'm not trying to be mean and malicious or anything, but but like I said, I was lonely for some reason, and for me to even admit that, it's kind of disgusting because I've never felt like lonely like that before. But I felt that. I guess it's true. Everyone does go through some periods of, like, loneliness and stuff. And damn, I felt, I went, but the dating world for me right now, it's, I don't know. And I didn't lie about when I said that I haven't been on a date in forever. Like, I haven't been on a date since, like, my ex. And that was 2019. That was like 7 years ago. And it's I'm not, that's why, like, part of the I wanted to do, like, a full episode on that topic on him. It's not like he broke me. It's not like he damaged me. It was nothing like that. It was just like I don't want to waste my time anymore. I don't want to waste my time. And good thing I didn't even, like, talk to these guys like a lot. I talked to them like maybe like a week or two. So, it's like, yeah, I wasted 2 weeks, but I still kind of, didn't really, like, I don't see anything bad about it, low key. But the loneliness was just, like, there, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" But after that, I'm like, "Wait, hold the fuck on. No, hell no. Like, I'm gonna no, like, I need my peace." I like my peace, and when I do go out, I go out by myself. Like, honestly, like, this weekend, I'm popping out. I don't give a fuck where I end up. I'm gonna be a lot of love, don't worry. But when I go out, I take myself out and I have fun regardless of what the fuck I do. I go watch a movie, I go downtown, watch the fireworks. It's downtown Chicago in the summertime. There's a lot of things to do. So I take myself out and I have fun. And why do I need to bring somebody else with me? You know, that's not me. My relationships that failed, they failed for a reason. And I don't want to go to that again. I don't want to go, the whole thing with, trying to meet somebody like, hey, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite number? What's your favorite movie? Like, no, I really don't, honestly. Like, I don't want to date. I just want to be with myself, and I want to be free, and I want to be just locked down with myself, focusing on myself, focus on my health, mental, physical, all that stuff. Because, like I said, this whole year has been shit, and yeah, me continue on talking to these guys is not gonna make me feel better because why would I even wanna talk to anyone? But anyways, guys, that's the story. That is the topic of how to lose a guy in 10 days, which is kind of, yeah, it was kind of 10 days. Uh, I, it happens, I guess. People just, just don't like. to hang out with people, and that's me. But yeah, guys, that's like some of my experiences that I happened this month. It's really been that. And am I still on the Facebook dating? Yeah. I mean, it's just there. I get bored. It's like I feel like everyone that has that, like, people. I remember I was talking to this one guy who we used to just like talk and hang out, kind of like fool around, but we were never anything, which was like that was kind of perfect. We were like friends, but all he did was like went to work, chilled, we chilled, whatever, and then just be on Hinge or fucking whatever and scroll. That's like a nightly thing everyone does. Cause we're just bored. It's not like we're not. Some people are not really looking for anything. We're just like it's like we're just looking like, oh, who's around, blah blah blah, and that's it. Rarely you find someone you are really attracted to or is actually your type. But other than that, mostly it's just creeps and psychos and another Billy Loomis somewhere out there. But yeah, guys, um, it's a short video, short audio, guys. There's nothing else for me to say about this topic. I just want to say I apologize to everyone that I've hurt. I am sorry if you feel that I took it too far. I have nothing bad to say about you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me and talking to me, but I'm sorry for wasting your time. All right, guys. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Kind of like a 20-minute video. It's all good. Next week I will return. You know what? I'm trying to have like videos maybe like every Monday or Tuesday, just to keep like a schedule floating and all that. So, but yeah, guys. All right, guys. Until next time, please be safe out there. Remember, if you don't want to be with anyone, don't waste people's time because that's what I did. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Problematic Podcast. This podcast is problematic, and I'll see you in the next one. This is a public service announcement. If you're hearing this, then you're part of the problem. This podcast is problematic. Let's go.